If they've been told it's going to happen, they will be waving back. On the pole for tonight's Kinney Drugs, 35-lap feature. He's already been in victory lane once. The Rome driver in the 2NY, that is Tony Pettinelli. To his outside, out of Oswego in the number 66, that is Jeff Sharkey. Sharkey on the outside of row number 1. Inside of row 2, this driver has been fast tonight. Out of Binghamton, driving the number 49 is Caden Rogers. Rogers in the 49. And on the outside of him, another fast driver tonight and winner of one of our heat races from Lisbon, New York, the number 29 of Joel Hargrave. Inside of row 3, out of Casterland, in the 03 is Andre Rogie. And on the outside is the 2023 track champion from Fort Plain, the number 1 of Craig Harrith. Harrith on the outside of row 3. Jeff Pringle has a victory under his belt this year. He's been fast here every Saturday night. He's on the inside of row 4. And Taylor Caprera, keep an eye on him in the 721 Caprera on the outside of row 4. Kevin Warren is in the Ken Tibbles Ripping number 8 on the inside of row 5. Rick Brunel in the 005. He is on the outside of row 5. Corey Tremblay in the 006. Inside of row number 6, Joe Papin. Watch Joe Papin in that yellow number 3. He is on the outside of row 6. Randy Brunel in the 007. Inside of row number 7, John Ramsey in the number 25 on the outside of row 7. Inside of row 8 from Oswego, the number 71 of Matt Sharkey. Sharkey in the 71, and Kyle Hart on the outside of row number 8. Row number 9, watch out for Dylan Bancroft, last week's winner, driving the number 29 out of Copenhagen. On the outside of him in the number 1 is Madison Knapp, Paul Fly on the inside of the last row, and Jason Rarick in the number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, hear that sound? These guys are ready to pound the ground. Everybody on your feet. Let's wave to these drivers. The Kinney Drugs modified class that competes here each and every Saturday night at Evans Mills Raceway Park. They are looking for your wave. They are waving back at you. 20 drivers, 35 laps around. And it is all going to start the next time out of turn number 4. Thank you, everybody. That looked great. Tony Pettinelli said that starting up front was not necessarily a good thing for him. We'll see how it goes here. Lee Gill pulls off to the side. Pettinelli inching ahead of Sharkey a little bit. Now they're even, and here we go. Green flag is out. Caden Rogers wastes no time getting to the inside of Jeff Sharkey as they come flying down the straightaway for that 35-lap feature. Caden Rogers trying to get second away from Sharkey. You got Craig Harrith moving up in the number 1. Tony Pettinelli all alone up front in the 2NY. As Sharkey and Rogers try and run him down. They are side by side. Joel Hargrave waiting right there, and Craig Harrith is on the move on the outside in the number 1. They are bottled up from positions 2 through 8 as they come around to complete lap number 2.
That allows Tony Pettinelli to get out to about a 10-car length over the 49 of Rogers. Jeff Sharkey just bobbles in the middle of 3 and 4. That checks up the field behind him. Single file the top 4 cars. Now Craig Harris steps out of line. He's trying to move up in that number 1. Tony Pettinelli starting to pull away from Rogers in that 49. Craig Harris, the only car out of line. He is in that spot, number 6. Now he ducks in behind the number 96. Here comes Tony Pettinelli at turn number 4.
They're starting to move single file now. Tony Pettinelli with a good length lead over the rest of the field. Caden Rogers, we'll see if he's saving tires or if he's running as hard as he can. There was a bobble up front, but Jeff Sharkey managed to hang on to the 3rd place spot. Joel Hargrave moving in there strong in the number 29 in 4th, and Jeff Pringle. Pringle has been fast in the 96. Craig Harrith has been fast in the 1, and there goes Pringle to the outside of the 29 of Hargrave down the backstretch. Jeff Pringle trying to take away the spot as they come around to complete lap number 6.
Pringle's picked up a feature win a couple weeks ago. He's looking to march his way to the front of this field. He's on the outside of Hargrave, out of turn number 2, down the backstretch. Jeff Pringle will take over that spot. Now he sets his sights on the 66 of Jeff Sharkey. He's still on the outside of the track, out of turn number 4. Jeff Pringle is the man on the move at the moment. Single file behind him, Craig Harrith, Andre Rogie, Taylor Caprera, Joe Papin, all heavy hitters stuck in the middle of this race.
Once you get away from Tony Pettinelli up front, Caden Rogers running a solid second. There is all kinds of battling going on for spots 3 through 8. Side by side, Pringle and the 66 of Sharkey, and now Pringle takes over the third place spot as the lap traffic starts to be a factor now. Tony Pettinelli going around Jason Rarick, looks to the inside of Madison Knapp. Risky move back there, but Tony Pettinelli gets by. The rest of the field is bearing down hard. Pettinelli continues to lead.
Pettinelli made quick work of that lap traffic, and so did the second, third place cars. Rogers and Pringle working around the one of Madison Knapp. Craig Harris starts to look to the inside of the 66 for position, but he's going to have to back out of it. He's got the slower car in front of him. Out of turn number 4, Craig Harris takes a peek to the inside. Can't quite make it happen. Now they're all bottlenecked back there in 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Some heavy hitters back there stuck in traffic. Tony Pettinelli still your race leader out of turn number 4.
Lap traffic really getting caught up in some bottlenecks here now as the 66 of Sharkey's got company with the number 1 of Craig Harris. All kinds of side-by-side racing going on for spots 4 through 9 out there. Craig Harris looks like he's going to get that 4th spot away from Jess Sharkey. Hargrave waiting in the 29. You got Andre Rogie in the middle of that. Taylor Caprera and Joe Papin side-by-side back in the middle of the pack. They got a long way to go, but we got a long way to go. And this one up front, it's all Tony Pettinelli.
Craig Harris back and forth, got a clear track in front of him, finally got that bottleneck. He sets his sights on the top 3. He's got to get by Jeff Pringle first. He's got about 20 car lengths to catch up before he can get in top 3 of this race. Tony Pettinelli has led from the drop of the green flag. We've just completed lap number 15. He's got his sights set on the back of the number 4 to put him down another lap. And Tony Pettinelli works down the back stretch. He'll have some lap traffic to contend with. Rogers and Pringle starting to inch closer and closer.
Caden Rogers and Jeff Pringle are inching up on Tony Pettinelli. Pettinelli goes to the outside of Jason Rarick again. Rarick is now 2 laps down, and that allows the 49 of Caden Rogers to close in. Rogers and Pringle are closing in on Tony Pettinelli. The laps continue to click off, and they are tight back here in the field as the 03 of Andre Rogie and the number 3 of Joe Papin continue to run side by side. Taylor Caprera right in front of them. And Tony Pettinelli halfway home for Tony.
Halfway home, and he's got company. Caden Rogers and Jeff Pringle are there. Knocking on the door. Pringle looks to be a little bit faster in that number 96, riding in that 3rd position. They're going to be on the number 1 of Madison Knapp very shortly. The 4 of Jason Rarick on the low side of the track. Extremely slow. Almost to a crawling. We're going to have to put the caution out. Caution is out. And has picked up a feature win. Here we come to the Children's Home Restart Zone. Green flag is out. Pettinelli on the hammer. Crosses the stripe. He's going to lead the charge into turn number 1. Side by side for second. It's Pringle and Rogers. Down the backstretch. Pringle now takes the advantage over Rogers. Into turn number 3 and 4. Pringle takes a look to the inside. Pettinelli holds him off.
Tony Pettinelli trying to pick up where he left off. He got a good start, and he is out front. And Jeff Pringle and Caden Rogers battle it out side by side. Andre Rogie trying to get into the mix in the 03 on the outside. And we've got Joe Papin and Jeff Sharkey running side by side. It's the second place battle is the one that we're watching. Jeff Pringle is on the inside. Caden Rogers is on the outside. Rogers running that stock crate engine, but he is able to get the RPMs up and get around. And coming around to lead lap number 22, it is still Tony Pettinelli.
The one thing Tony Pettinelli does want to see is a side-by-side race behind him, but now just as I say that, Pringle takes over Rogers. Now Pringle is going to put all sorts of pressure in the back of the veteran driver out of Rome, New York. Pringle takes a look to the inside out of turn number 4. Pettinelli's got company now. Jeff Pringle is there. Like we said earlier, catch him is one thing, passing him is another. Down the backstretch, Jeff Pringle is going to take a stab at it on the high side. Pettinelli stuck on the low side, out of turn number 4.
Taylor Caprera in the 721 is the car in the move. He is running in the 3rd place spot. He got ahead of Caden Rogers in the number 49. Jeff Pringle looking down to the inside of Pettinelli. Can't quite get it done. Tony Pettinelli hangs on to the lead. Pringle is there waiting. Any little slip and Jeff Pringle is going to get by in the 96. The 721 of Taylor Caprara is creeping forward. We're about to have a three-way battle as Pringle looks to the inside of Tony Pettinelli. Coming around to complete lap number 24. We got a new leader and it is Jeff Pringle.
Jeff Pringle to the point on lap 26. 9 laps ago. Now he's got a new dancing partner, and caution is out. Kevin Warren is off track down here in turn number 4. Just as soon as Jeff Pringle takes the lead, he sees the caution flag and a mirror full of former track champion Taylor Caprara. Caprara darted by Pettinelli as soon as Pringle cleared him.
It'll be up to Jeff Pringle to start this race as the green flag comes out and Pringle gets a good start on the low side. Taylor Caprara looking up high. They're going to be side by side going down the backstretch. Taylor Caprara trying to make a race out of this. You've got Pettinelli in the third place spot and Caden Rogers is still trying to hang on to it, and it's going to be Jeff Pringle with the advantage as they head into the second turn. Taylor Caprara trying to bunch up right behind him. You've got Andre Rogie taking a move out there now. Andre to the inside of Caden Rogers. Here comes Pringle.
Top 3 are single file. The next 4 cars are side by side. Rogie and Rogers, Harris and Papin stuck in a side by side battle for fourth and 6th respectively. At the front, it's still Jeff Pringle, Caprara, and Tony Pettinelli starting to fade in that orange 2 and wide. Now it looks to be a 2-car show. Taylor Caprara looks to the outside of the track. We've got caution. Caution is out for the 1 of Madison Knapp in the middle of turn 3 and 4, right at the worst possible location. Everyone gets by. Most of these guys have spotters. Give them the heads up where the caution is at. Our pace truck ducks out of turn number 3. Here comes Pringle and Caprara into the restart zone. Green flag. We're going to wave that one off. Bradbury did not like that one. Throws a caution. We're going to re-rack these guys. A little early on the gun. Into turn number 3. Into the children's home restart zone. Green flag is out, and Jeff Pringle gets the start that he wanted. Into turn number 1. Caprara still hanging on his right rear quarter panel. Now he's going to pull up alongside. Pringle on the bottom side. Caprara on the high side. Come to lap number 30. 5 remain. Jeff Pringle is going to lead lap number 30.
On to the backstretch. Jeff Pringle is trying to hold off Taylor Caprara. Caprara is looking to go to the high side. What a jam up behind him as you got Pettinelli and Rogie. Papin to the inside. Craig Harris to the outside. And then the 23 of Kyle Hart trying to get into this too. We are all jammed up. Spots 3 through 6 out there. But the guy up front remains Jeff Pringle, coming down with 3 laps to go. Pringle and Caprara as they go around the turns. Tight battle back there with Pettinelli and Rogie. Getting into the closing laps of this one, and the caution comes out for Madison Knapp.
3 laps remain. Jeff Pringle and Caprara are going to come around in the children's home restart zone. Green flag is out. Pringle's on a hammer. Caprara's right next to him. Into turn number 1. Caprara now with a little bit of steam on the exit of turn number 3. It's a drag race into turn number 3. Excuse me. Pringle out of turn number 4. Sees 2 laps to go. 33 complete. Caprara hanging on his side. Nerf bar to nerf bar. On the exit of turn 2. Pringle on the inside is going to take the advantage into 3. Now slides up in front of Caprara. Caprara tries crossover. White flag in the air. Jeff Pringle leads by a nose. 1 lap to go. Taylor Caprara's on the inside. Caprara now to the point. Here comes Pringle. Gives him a nudge. Into turn number 3. They both go off track. Andre Rogie down on the low side. Checker flag in hand. Andre Rogie steals. What a finish. Andre Rogie, right place at the right time. Jeff Pringle gives a tap to Caprara. They ride it deep into turn number 3. Both go for a ride. Andre Rogie in the right place at the right time. Steals one away from Pringle and Caprara. move up the racetrack, and there is Andre Rogie. Take home the checker flag. We'll turn it down to Keith.
Well, folks, you know you've seen a heck of a race when you turn away for a little bit and you come down and the whole order's changed. I was on the back steps. I missed all that. What a torrid race here from the front to the back. And we've got Andre Rogie with his first feature win of 2024. He ended 2023 with a win in the John Burr Classic. That was from the pole. This one was a little bit more eventful. And we'll get a word with the Casterland / Krogan driver here shortly. Rogie Auto Motorsport, Rogie Auto Transport, Napa Auto Parts, 03. Nobody's won more races at Adirondack International Speedway over the classes there than this driver. And now he is sitting in victory lane here tonight at Evans Mills Raceway Park. One of your quieter, popular drivers, Andre Rogie, coming out of the car. It pays to be, as Jeff was saying, in the right place at the right time. Andre Rogie is pretty happy here in victory. Andre, you're going to have to tell me, I'm coming down the steps to interview the winner, having no idea who it's going to be. You're going to have to tell me what happened on those last couple laps.
Well, I think I got a gift given to me there. I don't know what happened there. I just see a lot of smoke, and my spotter said, go get it, so we just stayed right in it. Man, I can't believe it. This class has gotten very competitive over the last couple of years, and it makes it tough to get here. So when you do get here, you really appreciate it.
I don't know if it's my imagination or not. It almost looks like you're trying to run this car on the outside a little bit more. Am I seeing that or not?
Well, we practice on the outside because that a lot of times is where you got to pass, and then the car could be free or tight. So that made, make a decision on where you go to, and the car actually felt better tonight out on the outside. But I chose the inside on Pettinelli on that last restart because I was having a tough time with him on the outside on the restart before, so I figured I'd try him on the bottom, and that did the trick.
We might have to get you up in the announcer's booth one of these times. That was pretty good. Now I know exactly what happened. Andre Rogie in victory lane here tonight on the 35 lap modified feature, and whether he's fast on the outside or not, he got it done tonight in the 03. Oh, we got a 50-50 he's got to draw.